When is the best time to hire someone? As a holistic health practitioner who is staying late to fit patients in, or feeling like the workload is just getting more and more and can't keep up with the workload because of being like the only one wearing so many different hats, then you're not alone with that. When this is happening, it's like you can be on the path to burnout. It doesn't feel sustainable. You just don't have enough time to do what's needed. And you would just love to have some good, reliable help and be able to support you growing. And that way you could focus on doing what you enjoy doing most in the practice instead of bearing the weight all on your shoulders. You would love to spend less time on work and more time for yourself or your family. So when is the best time to hire someone? So this is Chen Yen, your 6 and 7 figure practice makeover mentor at Introverted Visionary, where we help holistic health practitioners who are visionaries grow to fulfilling 6 and 7 figure practices, accelerate growth there, and doing it so in the introverted way. From having over 20 years of recruiting experience, what I can say is that in the decision of when the best time is to hire someone is to hire someone before, is to start looking for someone even before you need to hire someone. Many people shop for stuff. The most successful holistic practitioners shop for great hires. And one of the things about this is that if we wait too long to start shopping, like shopping doesn't have to commit us to anything yet before we actually hire someone. But if we wait too long to start shopping, we might end up finding ourselves hiring based out of desperation. And so then it's so much better to be hiring someone from a place of where you are more prepared, both energetically and have structures in place that support that hire, versus getting to the point where you feel like I really needed somebody yesterday and then making decisions from a place of desperation and then hiring the wrong person and having potentially a not as good experience with it too, and then finding yourself back to square one of having to need to hire again. If you're busy now, you're only going to get busier. Once you get burnt out, I've seen people get jaded. I've seen people who end up getting so far into burnout that they just feel like they can't pull themselves out of it and don't have the bandwidth to be able to even consider hiring someone. And so that is not always a really good place to be. Sometimes it can be hard to recover from that. Not to mention, it's not good for your health when you're always taking care of other people versus yourself. So if you already know that it's important to get someone hired, but you're just too busy, then make time to be hiring and just have help with this, because also it's one of those things that's not taught in school. How do you figure out who best to hire? How do you end up attracting the right hire? How do you end up getting them onboarded in such a way that really supports them? Do you have a 90-day onboarding plan in place? Do you have structures that really support them doing their job well, so you don't have to look over their shoulders? So these are the things that we help our clients with in our 6 and 7 figure introverted visionary hiring system structures and in our 4 weeks to new hire system. So what I've decided is to give you access to our free masterclass on half your hiring time. And you'll also be getting the half your hiring time toolkit too. So this is going to help shortcut your time in hiring when you put the pieces in place that I'm going to be showing you in this masterclass. It comes from our 4 weeks to new hire system that our clients use to help accelerate their growth. We've had clients who've gone from being solo practitioner to getting their first admin hire and then even grow to have an associate hire or more. We also have had clients use this system to go from being a solo practitioner to having multi practitioners in their practice, even having multiple locations, and even having the practice run much more without them too, including being able to take time off. And then just imagine that, like being able to take time off and being able to feel like everything's all taken care of and your patients are taken care of, money's coming in the door, and then you can go do what you want to do, whether it's vacation, and without experiencing a dip in income, whether it is you just make more income when you are there, right? But even so, your own financial needs are taken care of just by you having people who are supporting you. Imagine that happening for you. And also, sometimes we can't plan for things like getting sick, or maybe our family needs us, and then we end up needing to take more time to spend with them. But what happens when you're not there in the practice? Like, do you experience a dip in income? A chiropractor was mentioning to us how she was on the up and up. She was always very busy in her practice, but then when something happened to her mom, she had to fly out of state to go see her mom and take care of her. And then it also took up a lot of her energy and resources, and like energy and bandwidth. And so she wasn't able to see as many patients as she wanted to during that time frame, and income also dropped too. And so that doesn't have to happen for you if you actually are ahead of the curve, and then doing things that support you even before those things happen, whether it's first getting some help admin wise so that it frees you up to be able to do the things that you enjoy more, and higher revenue generating things. Like, does it really make sense for you to be taking the trash out or doing the laundry or doing admin stuff, doing billing stuff, versus for you to be seeing patients, or doing what you enjoy most in the practice, right? And then as far as for the associate side of things, like you might just hit this point where you're busy and you just can't possibly stay late to fit people in. You have a waiting list that's like weeks out or even months out. And then sometimes when people are on the waiting list, then they drop off of it because they needed to be able to get in earlier. And so they go see someone else. And so that is lost revenue for your practice. That is also people you could have helped with your approach who aren't being helped. And so this is where it can be so helpful and important to be considering hiring someone, even when you're not totally ready yet. And then especially if you're already seeing yourself getting busier and busier, then definitely already start the process. And if you are way overdue, you just knew you need to hire someone yesterday, then definitely already start looking for someone already. So I'm super excited about our 4 weeks to new hire program that is coming up soon. And it is a compilation of my over 20 years of experience recruiting, both from being really successful at hiring and in making some mistakes that were very costly, and also very it took a lot energetically out of me and emotionally. And so it's just, I would love to be able to save you that kind of heartache and headache, and shortcut the process and allow you to have faith in hiring again, or for the first time. And because having someone good can just make or break your practice. Having someone good can really help support you and get to the next level that you wouldn't be able to do just by yourself. If you don't pull the trigger because you're concerned about not finding the right person, or just feel like you don't have time for it, it's going to be really tough to grow just doing more and more yourself, because it's only going to get you more burnt out. So I look forward to helping you in 4 weeks to new hire, and coming up, where in each week I'm going to help you with the 4 steps that will help you with attracting and hiring and the right person and onboarding them. There's also, so we're going to have 4 live calls together, and then anything we have done for you, templates and scripts and frameworks from our 6 and 7 figure hiring system vault, we give it to you. So you're not having to reinvent the wheel there. So you're going to have that direct guidance from me and my depth of experience with this, as well as hand holding, and then being able to hear from other holistic practitioners who are doing similar things as you, who might either be in the place of, who might be in a similar place as you, or are further ahead, so that we could piggyback off of what's been working for them and apply it to your own practice, so it just pulls you forward much faster. We're also going to have a bonus Q&A call plus about onboarding too, because one of the reasons why many hires fail is because even if you find the right person, if the way you're onboarding them or how you set the tone for your culture and isn't really more of a process that is always done, then what it can open things up to where people feel not as supported, or you have certain expectations and then they aren't able to meet it because they can't read your mind, or that they just don't have the structures to really support them well. And then someone who could be a really good person might end up leaving, or they are a good person and then it just feels like, why isn't this working out, right? And it's because of not having better structures in place. So I'm going to help you with that. And this is something that typically only our year-long introverted visionaries mastermind clients are able to tap into and my expertise of. But I've decided that, this is something that's just not typically taught to holistic health practitioners. And it's not something that is out there in this way, and especially with my depth of experience and expertise. So I want to bring it to you and make it available to you and help you with this so that you can be more successful in your practice and you can be reaching so many more people and helping so many more people when you have the right support around you. Because growing further, it's really tough to go at it alone, and it can feel exhausting or start to burn out. And so we need the right people on the right seats on the bus for you, and I'm going to help you with that. So register now for 4 weeks to new hire program that's coming up, and I'm super excited to help you further. You can click on the link, and I can't wait to help you.